Hi, my name is Mike, and as you can see, this is how I dress and have been for the last 14, 13 years anyway. And as I travel around, the Lord guides me each day and has me doing different things. And what I do is I wear these clothes, and I meet a lot of Christians that say, "Oh, I love that shirt." I say, "Thank you." And some say, "Oh, where do you get them?" I say, "I make them." And then a lot of times I'd say, "Would you like me to make you one?" And so they say yes. I get their phone number. And I've made lots of shirts for lots of people. And recently, I had one lady say that she saw someone on a bus. Now, I live in Fall River, Massachusetts. She didn't say where on the bus, if it was in Dartmouth or Fall River or wherever. And he had, or she or he, she didn't say which, they had a shirt on, and she said, like yours, which could have been one I made. And they were acting very inappropriately with the shirt on. And so it made me think that you really can't, I mean, I make the shirts and give them away as an act of love, and I tell everybody God's love's free. That's why I give the shirts away. He provides me with funds to buy them, and I give them away. So I decided with the Lord to correct this just giving them away. And I would make a video on how to make the shirts. That way, if a person is really serious about the shirt and they really like it, they can make one. And they're really not that hard to do. Some of the materials you're going to need. This is a foam board. This is actually a board that you can do a poster type thing that folds out. I get it at Walmart. It costs $10 and or 9 something. And then I cut it out to fit shirts, which I buy at AC Moore. You can get them at Walmart, AC Moore, Michaels. You can get them online probably at Amazon or wherever. And these are Gildan. You can get Fruit of the Loom, different ones. And of course you get your size. And then what I end up doing is I take the tags. They always put a tag on the front telling you the size. This is an extra 2X. And this particular shirt I got from my wife, Judy. She wanted me to make her one. This is her favorite color. They come in all kinds of different colors. And as you see, I have red on. And then I take and put the shirt on the form. Now since this is a 2X, and the form actually was made for a 1X, 1X, or extra large. But the 2X will fit over it. And once I put it on there, I try to center it where the arm creases, and you can rub out the area where the sticker was. And now you have the shirt on the foam board, so it gives you kind of a little more sturdiness. Now you can go to AC Moore, Michaels, probably any kind of art store. They have different types. You can go online to this particular brand of material that I use to write on the shirts is by Tulip. They have others. Nicole puts one out. You can probably go to their websites and order right from their websites. You can go to Michaels, or I go to AC Moore. And the Tulip is a little more expensive than the Nicole. This color is white on this one. They come in all kinds of colors. You can get glow in the dark, almost any kind of color. Of course, white will go very well with the purple. And what I do on my shirts is I take the name of Jesus and I make a cross using his name. Okay? Then I pick on my shirts or the shirts I like to wear, I put the same design on the back of the shirt. Kind of like if you're walking somewhere and someone sees a shirt, they see the name Jesus, goes right into their mind. Okay? And as I walk away from them, they look at me, they see Jesus on the back, and as I walk away. But the most important part, and why I wear the shirts, is the name of Jesus is uplifted. And as the Lord takes me throughout my day, and as my day is already planned by Him, I'm going to be in many different places, so I can glorify His name. I don't have to say a word. This is not for my glory, this is for the Lord's glory. And that's why I wear the shirts. And that's why anybody should wear these shirts. Okay? It's not to make yourself look good. Okay? I had a gentleman in Walmart come up to me and say, thank you for wearing your faith on the outside. Because most people wear it on the inside. To do what I am dressed in is more bold and more dangerous in the world. Because in the world, outside your church walls, if you go to church, God's still out there. Okay? But the people that really need to know His name more than many others, there's many of them, and they're outside those four walls of the church. So I take the name out to them. And recently, the Lord inspired me, because everybody should read the Bible, some kind of inspirational material, but the Bible most of all. And so what I do is I put a Bible verse on the back of the shirt. This one is from Psalm 118, verse 8. It said, trust in God only. Don't put your faith or trust or confidence in man. Because man's going to let you down. God will never let you down. So now, and so you have the shirt, I'm doing this down in a community room because I live in Fall River in a 6-story high-rise. And in the community room they have these large round tables, and it gives me more room to work. In my apartment with my wife is very small, although I can do them in there, and have done them in there. It's a little more tight-quartered, and to do a video I thought it'd be easier to show it on a table. So you take your this is called puff paint, all right? Because after I write on it, it puffs up. And then after it dries, it will get a little thinner. It takes probably a good 3/4 of a day. I like to leave them overnight to dry, okay? If you put this on and accidentally hit the paint with your hand, your elbow, or finger, and it smudges, you cannot correct it. It's incorrectable. So you can throw the shirt away. Because there's no way to, or if you spell the word wrong, you can't correct it because you can't scrape the stuff off. So that's what you have to do. So now, you take this tulip, and this will have the cap as you unscrew it. When you buy them in the stores, they're sealed with plastic, as most things are today, so nobody can tamper with it. But this one I've already taken the plastic off, so you can undo it. It has a nice, very thin nozzle, so when I do put pressure on the outside of the tube and the puff paint comes out, it's not going to just come out in a big glob. But you also have to be careful because sometimes you have an air bubble in these. So what I do is I shake it like a thermometer first. This brings all the puff paint inside down into the tube and will get rid of the air bubbles. Sometimes you won't get them all, so you have to be careful. Now my wife, she likes the name of Jesus, but she likes it small, and she likes it all over the shirt. So since this shirt is for her, that's how I'm going to do it. You can create, you can do any kind of, you don't have to do a cross. You can just write the name of Jesus, okay? You can do it large or small. If you do it large, you have to fill in the area, okay, with puff paint. And you would use a lot more puff paint, and it would, become a little bit more expensive. Usually the shirts are like $4, and the puff paint, this was $4. The other one is $3. So you could, you can vary the cost a little bit. But anyway, what you have to do is you take the puff paint, you've got the shirt smoothed out, okay, centered, okay, so I do this by eye, so I used to do it by stencil. The stencil takes, I had to cut out all the stencils, took a long time. So I'm going to start in the upper left-hand corner, and I'm going to print the name of Jesus, only I'm going to do it smaller for my wife. And so I take and I put, now you squeeze on the bottle. You got to be careful. You should probably take a piece of material or cardboard or something and practice squeezing the bottle till you can get an even flow and you're not coming out with huge globs of the puff paint or too little puff paint, okay? And first one, you come out, you do a J, okay? Now there's a J. Now you go next to it and you do an E. Okay? Now you do the E. You could also do this in handwriting. Your kids might enjoy doing this too, for shirts for church or other Christian activities. And it would give you something to do with them and teach them how to do this. The next letter is S in Jesus, so I'm going to do an S. Okay. All right, then I got a U. There's a U. Each time now I press with just the right amount of pressure to bring the puff paint out. Another S. Okay, so I've taken it and put the name of Jesus one place in the upper left-hand corner of the shirt. Now, I just eyeball it and I'm going to do it again on another corner. Not corner, I'm just going to put it again over here. It can be going up, down, any way you want it to go. Okay? So this is the next J. E. S. U. S. Okay, now I got two Jesuses on there. And I would continue on the shirt until I've got the entire front all the way down. You don't have to go, leave a couple of inches at the bottom. And I used to do this on the arms too, but I'm not going to do it on the arms. And you can do it in any color. You could do it in a lighter purple. You could do it in, black probably wouldn't show up as good. White shows up great. I'll do one more. And sometimes I'll take and put the cap back on and shake the tube again, like a thermometer. Take the cap off. Now the puff paint should be no air bubbles, because sometimes you run into those air bubbles and you got to watch it. So again, I'm going to put another J over here, another part of the shirt. And then another E. And you don't have to do this, I don't have to do this whole shirt today. I could do these three, let it dry, and then go back and do a few more, let them dry. So it's kind of like any other art project that you would do. A painter doesn't paint the whole picture in one day. A lot of times he'll paint some of it one day, and he'll think about it, he'll look at it, he'll pick another color, and he'll try some experiments, and then he'll go back and do another section of it. And if you studied the great artist, you find out that that's pretty much what they did. You know, Michelangelo did not paint the Sistine Chapel ceiling in a day. It took many, 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 many months or years to do it. Okay, so now I got another Jesus on there, all right? And you got to try to keep your mind focused too, because I've done this. I've gone down the shirt and right in the middle, my mind wanders, and I've spelled the name of Jesus wrong. I could leave it, you know, be like an example of us. We make mistakes, you know. That would just be a mistake. But since it's Jesus' name, I don't want any mistakes. So myself personally, the whole shirt would be gone, okay? Then I'd get another shirt and start again. And you have to discipline yourself to focus on what you're doing. And then I would go on and do the whole shirt. Now I'm going to show you what this, a little closer on this, so you can see the three that I've done already, all right? And you can do this at home. You know, maybe you get a basement, you set up a table. You can cut the forms. If you're married and has a husband that's creative with wood, he could make forms for small, medium, large, extra large, 2X, that the shirt fits over to give you, you know, you could actually, because it's puff paint, it doesn't leak through, you could just lay the shirt out on a table. That will work too. So there's lots of different things you could do. But this way, I'm a believer that everybody should, Christian, of course, everybody should wear these. If they're, you know, out in their churches and outside their churches. I know a lot of people wear them in, but then they're just, you know, that's the easy place because everybody believes. Where you want to wear it and bring the news, good news to, is on the outside of the church walls. Some people do this now. Some people look and say, well, that's not necessary. No, it's not necessary that I wear this. And Jesus doesn't say, you have to wear a shirt, you have to wear pants, and you have to wear a hat. No, he doesn't say that. He wants us to know him, live in his presence, and let him guide us, direct us, and teach us through this world. This fallen, broken world. It's his world. We're just actors in his movie, his Father's movie, Yahweh. And the world's come to know him as Jesus. Earlier, he might have been known as Yeshua. Okay. So, anyway, that's my video on how to make shirts. And now I'm going to do another one on hats, and I'll do one on pants. Because if you get really bold and you want to do the whole outfit, great. I do, like you can do the front of the shirt and nothing on the back. I prefer front and back. That way people see it coming and they see it going. Are they all going to want shirts? Sure. Then make a copy of the video and give it to them. I've learned one thing. If people don't put any effort in, it becomes too easy to just say, oh yeah, I'll take the shirt, and then they throw it in the drawer, and it never gets worn. So it never gets displayed. Right? Maybe one of their children might see it and then ask questions. I mean, that's still the name above all names. So you have a great day, and have fun making some, what I call Jesus shirts. Bye-bye.